When the light fades, the scenery around me has completely changed. This location is familiar. This is the TV world, the open space where everyone gathered.
Huh? Is this inside the TV?
Why is it familiar? She's never been there. I guess she did go in there once, but I don't think she has a conscious memory of it.
That's right. Where's everyone else? Where's Shokun?
I look over and see Shokun collapse on the ground, a little further away. Thank goodness. That was quite mean of Elizabeth. She only mentioned my companion, so I was worried about what would happen to Shokun. I see. Elizabeth said that she would transport my companions. That means that she considers Sho to be one of my companions as well. I don't see Adachi-san anywhere, but this is Elizabeth we're talking about. I'm sure she transported him somewhere safe too. Anyway, I worry about how Shokun isn't moving from the ground, and I quickly rush over to his side. When I call to him, he slowly stands up, facing away from me. He looks around himself without a word, and looks down at the ground and quietly mumbles.
Shut up, Scrap. Enough yapping.
I couldn't help it. Not when I knew you were safe.
Hey, did you kill that thing?
Huh?
Did you destroy Hinokagutsuchi? Can't you understand words?
Oh, yeah.
You're strong.
Huh?
God damn it, do I have to say everything to you twice, you piece of junk? Never mind, you stupid toaster.
He's still yelling at me. But Shokun does seem a little different than he had been before the fight. His voice and his expression too. Maybe it's just my imagination though. He doesn't seem like he's going to get violent either. For now, that is.
Shokun, where are you going?
It's none of your business. If you don't shut the hell up, I'm gonna cut you.
But everyone's waiting for you. I'm sure Mitsuda-san and her people are too.
Shut the hell up. I'm not gonna start listening to what anyone wants now. Go back to where you belong.
Shokun!
Hey, Scrap.
You know, theoretically, actually, if he wants a world of solitude, the TV world is a damn good place for it. There aren't shadows here anymore. So, and Teddy left, so he basically can have the free run of the place. Shokun makes as if to leave this place, then stops, talks to me as if he's remembered something. I'm actually a little surprised that he's talking to me.
Oh, yes?
Yes. Seriously? Now you can't even speak properly. Oh man, it's too much.
You don't have to laugh that much.
Oh, damn it. You really are broken, aren't you? Hey, do you think even now he might be... Never mind. See you later, robot. You better have your damn oil changed or something.
Huh? Oh!
Before I can think of something to say, Shokun's already getting far away. What should I do? This is inside the TV world after all. But his posture is much more confident than when I first saw him. He has his own future waiting for him now. I'm sure there will be mountains of painful difficulties waiting for him. There's even the possibility that we might end up facing him again as an enemy. But even then, that's okay. Even though it was only for a short time, I sense a bond between myself and him. I don't give up, and I keep wishing for his success. Wishing for success. A day might come when we may reach this understanding. But I don't get an oil change during a maintenance routine. Suddenly, several shiny figures appear within the room here in the TV world. When the light around them dims, I recognize familiar faces, my companions, who have finished fighting their own fierce battles and gather one after another.
What's going on? I thought the fog suddenly lifted. But where am I?
Labrys, you're okay! I'm so relieved that I can't stand up.
Labrys-san, thank you. I believed in you. I knew that you could do it.
I wish you could have seen us, Lavi-chan. Shadow Operative Junpei Iori totally nailed it!
Whoa! What a soft yet stinky landing spot. Oh my, this is inside the TV! Wowee! Yuka-chan, Ken-Ken, Kurumaru's here too! Is everyone okay?
Are we? This is the normal TV entrance. It would seem everything has been settled.
Sister, I'm so glad you're okay. Still, I knew you would be able to overcome this. I'm going to have to try harder to keep up with you.
Yes, you are.
You definitely showed us your resolve back there, Labrys.
You did splendidly. We would have been in danger had you not been with us. You haven't been with the Shadow Operatives for very long, but you've already become our ace in the home. I'll continue counting on you, Labrys.
Labrys, I sensed everything. It was really amazing.
She says all the times I failed.
Labrys, I was so impressed that you beat such an immense enemy all by yourself.
No, it was thanks to all of you. I only beat him down because you were with me. Thanks, guys.
Another group of shining figures appears. This time it's Yukun's group, appearing alongside with Fukasan. It seems that they were fighting the shadows that were closing in on the tower when they too suddenly enveloped in light and were taken to this place.
Now that was suspenseful. You did an amazing job. We're definitely throwing a celebration party.
That sounds wonderful. We have quite the group here together after all. Labrys, thank you for all your hard work. Are you okay, Labrys? Are you hurt anywhere? I mean, you were really amazing!
Thanks, Labrys. The town should return to normal now. It's all thanks to you.
Yukun.
Had I not come here, everything in Inaba would have continued living peaceful lives. Internally, I'm afraid to learn what he truly thought of me. That was when Kinkun told me I should go to him myself and find out how he feels. He was right. Just seeing that kindness in Yukun's eyes right now makes me feel like there's no need to hear what he thinks about me in words. The relief on his painful battle coming to an end mixes with the joy of discovering new and true friends. My happiness proves to be contagious, and before long, we're all talking animatedly with one another. After some time, Mitsuru-san approaches me. Her expression is rather meek, but what she says to me seems apologetic.
Labrys, I'm sorry, but I need to hear your report. Where is Minazuki? Were you able to speak with him?
Oh, yes, but only for a little while. But before you all came here, he... Oh.
When I begin my report, Akihiko-san nudges me on the shoulder with his elbow. Huh? As I stand in bewilderment, Mitsuru-san clears her throat.
You know, Labrys, the Shadow Operatives are a formal organization. I am obligated to report about this case to the higher-ups.
Right. That's why I was saying, before you all came here, Shokun...
Hey, Akihiko-san nudges me on the shoulder even harder this time. Huh? Well, what's going on? Did I say something weird?
You're even more naive than I am. You really are like a child when it comes to these things.
There are just some things you don't want to be honest about at times like this. That's why you just gotta dodge the question. And ow!
Junpei, don't start teaching Labrys stuff like that. We don't want her becoming more like you.
Ow! What was that for? You're scarier than the shadows.
I didn't ask properly. Shadow Operative Labrys, do you know where Minazuki went?
I'm sorry, I don't know where he went.
Oh.
Phew.
The moment I answer, they all seem relieved. For some reason, even Akihiko-san and Mitsuru-san are smiling in a satisfied manner. Could it be that they actually want me to say that I didn't know where he went?
I see. Normally we'd have to send someone to track him down, but if you don't know, then there's nothing to be done about it. I will report this case to our authorities, and the Shadow Operatives will take responsibility for it. All of us.
Mitsuru-san!
I get it now. If Shokun, who was the person behind such a serious case of this, were captured, he would be dealt with severely. And even if Shokun were to meet with Mitsuru-san and the others, right now he'd surely get angry like he was a moment ago, and it wouldn't be much of a conversation. But if we Shadow Operatives pursue him ourselves, we'll have tons of opportunities to get Shokun to open up to us. Mitsuru-san, everyone, thank you!
Hey, what are you guys doing? We're gonna leave you behind if you don't hurry up.
The others, who are a bit further away, call out to us. It seems the time for us to part is drawing close once again. But since we are connected by bonds, we'll be able to see each other anytime we want. We'll just be physically distant for a short while.
Are we really getting out from here? I'm feeling really anxious about this.
Oh? Are you scared, Junpei? That's pretty lame for a big boy like you.
Don't mind me for going on ahead.
Please excuse us.
Everyone from Inaba jumps through the exit TV one after another, as if they were completely used to it. Mitsuru-san, Aegis, Akihiko-san, and Fuka-san, who have also experienced this once, go on as well.
Koromaru, we should go too.
Well, I guess I'd better go for it. Here goes.
Come on, Junpei. Hurry up. Come on, get going.
Hey, right already. This is my first time. Put me down. No!
Teddy grabs Junpei-san and bear handles him through the TV screen. Junpei-san's shout quickly grows distant. Teddy then beckons to me before passing through the TV as well. I place my hand over the TV screen in the now empty plaza. Below this place is the school that I built. Now I have a place to belong. I doubt I'll ever come here again. Goodbye, school. It's time I went back with the others. May 6th, early morning. After leaving Junes, we heard that Kikuno-san landed the helicopter in the schoolyard of Yasugami High, so we headed back to the school. It seems that after Kikuno-san risked her life to drop us off at Junes, she was forced to land near the outskirts of town. There, she studied the data from Shuji Ikutsuki's files and repaired the damaged helicopter, then took off again and was even able to help the others. Talk about a tough person. This means that we Persona users weren't the only ones who were fighting. The other reason we returned to Yasugami High was because we needed to check out the crime scene as members of the Shadow Operatives. We go to the top of the rooftop and look down on the school now that it has regained its original form.
School. The memories places like this bring back. It's already been 3 years.
I know, right? Time goes by fast when you're living a fulfilling life.
So you have a fulfilling life too, Junpei-san? Can you teach me how to play baseball?
I'm sure he can.
Now you're talking. Our team trains really damn hard. I won't go easy on you. Got it?
That's what I was hoping for. I like sports after all.
By the way, Yukari, are you planning on going back looking like that?
Would everyone please stop talking about my clothes? I mean, you of all people shouldn't be talking, Akihiko-senpai.
That costume's really cool, though. Wow, feather pink. I'm standing next to a real hero.
Dude, Ken, everyone here is a real hero.
There we go. Just be true to yourself, kid. Looking up to superheroes is what's truly childlike.
Still, you're amazing, Yukari-san. You're actually wearing the costume and acting at the same time. Normally, even female ranger characters get played by male actors during the scenes while they're in their costumes.
Interesting.
Huh? Is that for real? No, all those times Where did you hear that?
Ken-kun's a big fan of those kinds of shows. But I guess he isn't all that childish anymore. I suppose it's because it's been 3 years. It might be in poor taste to say this right after what happened here, but I'm still glad we were able to get together again like this.
Yeah, like we were guided here by fate or something.
The great hero Junpei and his pals saved the world again.
Right. You probably wouldn't have even made it here if fate hadn't guided you.
Seriously, the way he ended up here is just ridiculous. Maybe we were guided here by fate. We made some new friends too, after all.
I don't know, most of us already have the friends. You're the only newcomer, Yukari. Well, you and Junpei, and Ken. Everyone looks to me. I have so many people willing to call me a friend. It's a little embarrassing, but I can't help but smile.
Most of all, I'm happy that I met my sister. I was able to meet you, son, and the others as well. Thank you, sister. Nah, I'm thankful for everybody else. Without you, I'd have never woken up and stayed in that box forever. I'd just be a machine that hurts people. You all accepted me for who I am and gave me a place to belong.
That's right. I have to repay everyone for all that they've done for me. Mitsuru-san and her companions, for giving me this place. For everyone who made me realize that I'm never alone. Beep, 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 beep.
It's me.
Milady, the preparations have been made. But are you sure about this?
Yes, I'll be right there.
Huh? Where you going, Mitsuru-san?
Hey! Mitsuru-senpai, don't tell me you're going back before us.
Well, I'm sorry. There are many things that need to be taken care of.
I knew it! I'll have you know that we all put aside our jobs and other affairs to come here. You're gonna spend some time with us, like it or not.
I do feel bad about causing you all trouble, but Aegis, can't you persuade Yukari?
No, I refuse that order. This is a situation with consequences that affect our team's morale.
Give it up, Mitsuru. Don't worry about figuring everything out right now. I'll make sure things with those public safety jerks get settled.
What? There's some guys hassling you. Let me come with you. I'll tell him everything about how Mitsuru-san did her best to help.
Please, don't. Things will only get more complicated if you two get involved. Very well. I suppose I can forget about my duties for one day and enjoy some time with you.
That's what I'm talking about.
You look so happy, Yukari-chan. It's been a while since I've seen you smile so much.
Huh? You think so? Do I really not smile normally?
Well, you always seem so angry, Yuka-tan.
That's because you're always making me angry!
Hey, time out, Yuka-tan! You could really hurt me with that thing!
Our laughter echoes from the rooftops, where the bright morning sunrise shines down upon us. As the lively conversation continues, I quietly place my hand to my chest. What's here, right now, connects me to that place. Connects me to everyone. May this warmth I feel spread to everyone else, and to him as well. Whoa, wait a minute. How am I at 89%? A few days after the case ends, I was feeling kind of like an empty husk. I mean, it had been a while since I'd been through anything like that after all. It wasn't just because it felt nostalgic, but, well, I remembered a lot of different things. Like how I didn't understand a lot of stuff back then.
Stop throwing like that!
My pitching doesn't suck, your catching sucks. Don't think you're all cool just because you got a good hit the other day.
What did you say?
As I'm watching the kids practice, I'm not particularly paying much attention. It's just when I think things are getting peaceful, a squabble starts up. The hell? It's Coach's job to settle things like
break
this.
It up. What's going on here?
Stay out of this, Junpei!
Coach Junpei, right? So, what's up?
He blames me because he can't catch.
It's because you got no control. Everybody knows it.
The other kids stop practicing and gather around the argument. These kids have way too much energy and get into fights frequently, so I need to mediate this conflict in a mature, dignified way in order to be a good example. Children pick up on that kind of stuff, you know?
The most important thing in baseball is teamwork. No matter how good you might be alone, you'll never win a game by yourself. You can't play baseball if you're the only one on the field, right?
Of course not.
Right, well that's just common sense. But if you keep putting the blame on other people, you're gonna end up all alone eventually. If you think the pitcher has no control, then you gotta try to work hard to catch anything, no matter what he throws your way. And if you think the catcher blows meaty chunks, try throwing balls that even the worst catcher can grab. If you both practice together like that, then everyone gets better and the entire team gets stronger. Isn't that right?
Oh, Junpei, that was actually very well handled. Yeah, that was awesome. Go me! I wonder if these guys will ever look back on these days and think that they never understood what was going on. I bet they will, just like me. I gave them a good talking to, and this was a great place to end for today, so I called today's practice over. As everyone says goodbye and goes their separate ways, one of the kids doesn't leave. Is that Goru? He looks a lot more humble than usual. It's not overlooking slight changes in your players like this that makes you a great coach.
Hey! Aren't you going home?
Junpei, do you have a girlfriend?
What? Why is he asking me that all of a sudden? Sheesh, kids these
I didn't
days.
think so.
Hey, what's with the attitude? That's really rude, you know.
There's a girl I like, but she's gonna move away. I didn't know and we got in a fight.
Fight?
I thought we'd make up like we always do. Even when we get in fights, things always go back to normal in a few days. But when I heard she was transferring to another school, I got worried about what would happen if I couldn't make up with her.
Well, the answer here is obvious. You have to nut up and apologize to her. It doesn't matter if it's your fault or not. That'll fix everything.
That's so lame. I can't do that.
Lame, not lame. Is that your problem here? This isn't the time to care about looking cool. Not when it involves something you care about. If you and her end up going separate ways without telling her how you really feel, you're gonna regret it for a long, long time.
Rest of your life.
What if we get in another fight?
Guru drops his eyes again. Well, that's this kid's bad habit. He acts all tough, but when things matter most, his timid side comes out. Aren't you the team's cleanup hitter? You gotta strengthen your resolve. I guess I'd better do the coach thing and encourage him. But the way Guru's hanging his head makes me a little uncomfortable, deep down. Why? Because my own words are coming back to haunt me. Regretting not telling someone your feelings before you have to part, huh? Yeah. That grand slam I whacked in my dream, I can still feel it in my hands. And I got up on the platform for the MPV interview, but that time it ended before I could say it. But this time, when I still haven't answered his question, Goro appears in my face. Oh well, I guess I need to strengthen my own resolve. I look at the empty outfield and picture myself in that
If you
dream.
get a hit, you'll be a hero. Are you gonna try for a grand slam?
Goro seems dazed for a second at my sudden enthusiasm, but his clouded face quickly breaks out into a bright smile, and he's his old tough self again.
All right, I'll go do it.
Goro's going for a grand slam with his girlfriend, huh? I don't know if I should call him optimistic or he doesn't really know what he's talking about, but at least it looks like I got through to him. In which case, I think it's time the ace slugger swings for the fences too.
All right.
After high-fiving Guru, I grab my stuff and run for the station. This time, I won't oversleep. The view from the pier matches an old memory of mine. The color of the sky, the ocean, the sound of the waves. It's the first time in years I have come back to this place.
Whoa, this brings back memories.
Oh,
How
that's
long
you.
has it been
I thought it
since
was
we were
Lapras.
here? We were second years in high school, wasn't it?
It would be 3 years ago. It was the summer of 2009.
Only 3 years, huh? It feels more like 10.
A lot has happened since then.
I see. Now that I think about it, you haven't returned to Yakushima since then either.
We leave the beach and follow a wooden path. The virgin forest is filled with greenery and the air is cold and clean. We're headed to the remains of the ergonomics research lab.
You want to go to Yakushima?
Yes, if possible, that is.
I don't believe there's anything left there aside from warehouses, though.
Yes, I understand that.
I guess I have no intention of preventing you from going there. But may I ask why?
I have wanted to go back for a while now. That was when my sister's case began. So I thought that now would be a good opportunity. I wanted to see for myself what led to my birth.
I think it's a good idea.
Yukari-san.
Isn't it normal to want to know about things like that? We're talking about your roots here.
I see.
Actually, I was just thinking about taking a vacation too. That battle from the other day was a lot more grueling than I imagined it would be.
As Yukari-san says, it truly was a fierce battle. Because I was severely damaged, my maintenance had to go on for a good deal longer than usual, and I spent a long time in the repair bay. And that's why I'd been longing to feel the light of the sun. I'm unsure if Yukari-san knows that I feel this way, but she smiles.
Aegis, why don't we go together? And it'd be nice if we could stay at your summer house, like we went to before. Mitsuru-senpai.
Though Mitsuru-san smiles knowingly, she readily agrees to our request.
The last time we lived together was back when we were roommates during our 3rd year of high school.
You're right.
That brings back memories. I told you to stop being so overly polite because it made you stick out in class. And yet, you never did.
After passing through the forest, we reached a desolate area with debris scattered around. Could this have been the outer walls surrounding the research? This entire thing has collapsed, and it's been overtaken by wild plant
So
growth.
this is the place.
I correlate what I see with data about the site, and confirm that this place is where combat testing grounds had been. We passed through where the gates had been, and proceed further inside. We walk through the facility for a while, then an old white dog runs up to us and barks. I feel as if this dog is not barking at us to warn us or frighten us, but is more welcoming us, greeting us.
A dog?
I try and match the dog to the data regarding Yakushima, cross-referencing appearance, attempting to match vocal
Snowy?
records.
Huh? Do you know this dog?
No, not as such.
I quickly find a record of this dog. There's no doubt that this dog is Snowy, the same animal that my sister made friends with. He's still okay after all these
He
years.
appears to be the dog my sister became attached to in the past. It seems he can tell that I'm like her.
Huh?
Snowy wags his tail and comes over to happily nuzzle me. He appears to be welcoming me, though we have never actually met before. I can communicate clearly with him, the way I can with Karumaru-san. Still, his actions are easy enough to understand. I crouch down and gently
It
pet
would
him.
appear that this place and what happened here are part of my own roots after all.
What do you mean?
In the past, I thought that my ability to communicate with animals was just something that I could do. It didn't seem like the people at the lab had deciphered dog language, and even then, I doubted that such an ability was necessary for a weapon. I had thought it mysterious that I was capable of doing so, but it seems that my sister can do the same thing.
Huh. So are you saying that you inherited that function from Labras?
It's not really a function, per se.
I stopped petting Snowy and stand up before taking a sweeping look around the area. Piles of debris, both large and small, are scattered about. The early summer sun shines down on us.
It's probably something that was slowly nurtured among the 5th generation units that were housed here. Behavioral traits, like having interest in things besides missions, get passed on. And then, interest in animals. And then, the ability to communicate.
I see.
After a long line of inherited system feedback, my sister gained that ability. And I, in turn, gained it from her. The reason I have a special rapport with dogs, out of all animals, is most likely because of that process.
Wow, that's pretty deep. If it goes that far, then you're right. It's not just some function that you were intended to have. It's more like a wish.
That's a bit of a stretch. I crouch down once more and pet Snowy again for a while. After that, I begin clearing away the mossy rubble that has been unattended for so long. Snowy happily runs around the area that has been cleared of the
Still,
rubble.
for the ones before Labras who had hearts or wishes, it might be a bit sad that this place is left like this.
Just as Yukari-san says, the carelessly scattered rubble under the clear, beautiful sky only emphasizes the loneliness of this place. Snowy barks once and runs through a small hole in the passage, blocked by debris, then barks again as if motioning for us to follow him. we see a shimmering yellow-green light shining through. The hole he had passed through. Stupid text on white. It's not too hard to read, but the problem is I'm just sitting pretty far back from the TV, and it's harder from farther away.
What's that?
I move aside more debris and make a hole large enough for a person to pass through. What we find on the other side is a scene transition.
Oh. Wow, it's super pretty here. What is this place?
There's a tall, cylindrical structure that looks like a greenhouse that reaches high above us. It seems this area was once indoors, but the ceilings have long since collapsed and the structure stands directly under the blue sky. The clear cylinder has literally acted as a greenhouse, allowing the area inside to grow lush green grass and vibrant flowers. Even birds and butterflies flit about inside. This place is something like a paradise out of a children's book. But these are the remains of the anti-shock chamber, where Labrys and the other units and models had undergone battle tests.
There are many plants here that only grow far to the south of this latitude. This building's windows seem to have coincidentally formed a greenhouse.
I take a closer look around and notice a large sword stuck into the ground in the center of the room. Apparently not pictured because I don't see it. The unit that used this weapon thought to have been destroyed. It's thought to have been destroyed, but the sword remains here,
The number
unchanged.
024 is stamped into this. It may have belonged to a unit that fought here.
Oh, I see. It's kind of hard to believe that this place was once such a nightmare.
Once such a nightmare. As far back as my memories go, it is not wrong to say that this place was just as Yuki-san describes it. And the way this room is now, it may be fitting tribute to my sisters who fell here, within this very chamber. The large blade here is more than half covered with a soft green moss, and small birds are using it as a perch.
Aegis, let's ask Mitsuru-senpai to keep this place like it is.
Yukari-san.
And why don't we bring everyone else here from time to time? Let's bring Labrys next time, too.
I nod. My power is your power. That's why I feel you'll never forget you all. This is the last of the anti-shadow suppression weapons. Oh, as the last, I will fulfill my duty to protect my companions and my sister. Oh, there's a comma there. Sister, protect humanity and create a future with your
I'm
memories.
glad I came here.
I feel happiness in the depths of my heart, and I take a step forward. I raise my voice as loud as I can, so it echoes through this entire chamber.
Thank you.
The chirping of the birds and the sound of the waves echoes on forever.